City Authority has commenced. Presiding judges are Shelkar, Josa, Nalshikan, KOTOR, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of the Sith Alasa. Representing Sunry in his defense is a member of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? I will find Sunry innocent. That remains to be seen. Acting as a prosecutor for the KOTOR City Authority is an impartial observer from the Sith Empire.
It is an honor to see justice served, and I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
Do not be too overzealous in pressing your commission, Sith. The first matter of business is the presentation of a sworn testimony by the proprietor Ignis of the hotel where the murder has occurred. What is the testimony you wish to give us?
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this early in the trial.
Know your place, Sith. This is important evidence. The court will keep this in mind near the top of the list of pertinent facts. We will begin by calling forth the witnesses to the crime and taking their testimony. After each witness has given their testimony and you have cross-examined them, you may ask the presiding judges for their opinions on the current state of the case. This is a special privilege given by the non-law only to the defendants who use it wisely. First witness is Firith. Prosecution will begin to question the witness first.
You are Firith Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as reliable testimony.
Do not undermine the witness. Objection sustained. Ask your witness your questions and do it promptly.
Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Elassa was fired.
A very pertinent point, prosecutor. It is now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. Did you actually see the murder happen?
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Your point is well taken, Arbiter. Do you have any additional questions? Was the medal left at the scene a little too obvious?
I think it may have been. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to leave something that important lying around, wouldn't you?
Argument has merit. Do you have any additional questions? How could Sunry have harmed her if he was a cripple?
Well, he was moving pretty fast running away, but yeah, I mean, how could he kill a Sith warrior in combat? I don't know for sure.
Do not think less of Sunry because of his handicap. He is fully capable. Can't you see the man can hardly walk, let alone fight Elassa? That's enough for now. We'll deliberate on this later in private. I'm not going to ask that one. We'll see how it goes. Would you like to see an opportunity to poll judges? Yes. I do not have enough information to make an informed decision. I am unsure as to yet whether Sunry is actual murderer. Cannot make the decision. Do not have enough information. Cannot tell, but I am confident it will be proven. Call it the second witness, Rodian Glupor. Prosecution may question the witness.
Glupor the Rodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elassa's room, didn't you?
Yes, Glupor sees Sunry running down hallway, and when Glupor look in room, Sith woman dead on floor.
This is clear then, that Sunry left the room with the Sith Elassa already dead behind him.
Perhaps, Sith, perhaps. It is the turn of the defense to question the witness now. Did you see Sunry kill Elassa? Glupor not see Sunry hurt Sith, but Glupor did see Sunry leaving room with dead Sith in it. But Glupor not really see him kill Sith. An important distinction, Arbiter. Do you wish to ask the witness anything else? Isn't the medal at the crime scene a little too obvious a clue? Glooper not know why anyone leave things in someone else's room. Glooper just think things happen. It is just odd. Odd indeed. Did you plant the medal on Alessa? Glooper.
Don't do it, Glooper.
Prosecution will be silent. What is it you wish to say, Glooper? Glooper paid by Sith to plant that metal.
Lies! Slander! I object!
You are certain of this, Glooper? Glooper is certain. This is new evidence, puts the entire case in a new light. Do you wish to witness anything else? I have no additional questions. I would like to poll the judges. I do not have enough information to make unsure. Cannot make my decision based on what I've seen. I do not believe Sunry as a well-standing Republic citizen could have committed this crime. And the defense have no more questions. The court will call out Elora, Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes. I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Ilasa.
A supposition for now. Prosecutor, does the defense have any questions for the witness? Was it true your husband was having an affair with Ilasa?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
Be silent. You have already questioned the witness, prosecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
This is a very enlightening evidence. It will influence our deliberation considerably. Do you have any more questions, Arbiter? Let's try the war hero question.
Yes. He fought against the Sith in the last war. He fought bravely and was even awarded the Hero's Cross. I don't know how much that means to the Sith or to your Selkath, your honors. But in the Republic, it is awarded only to the bravest, most valorous, most honorable men. The kind of man who earns that medal would not kill someone in cold blood.
Your husband earned a medal because he excelled at killing Sith. It relates directly. Do not let personal opinions sway your judgment of the law. Do you have any more questions? I have no additional questions. I would like to poll the judges. Do not, unsure. Weighted. Evidence weighted against Sunry.
I wish to call forth Sunry himself, your honors.
Here comes Sunry.
Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents?
Pure politics. Were you in Alasa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Alassa, my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Do not interrupt the accused. In fact, I think you've said quite enough already, prosecutor. Do you have any question to ask the accused, Arbiter? Ilasa was a Sith spy, wasn't she?
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple like me?
You're not helping yourself, Sunry. You only give reason why you might kill her. He merely states facts. The incompetence of the murder indicates that her occupation was not the motive for the killing. Fact remains, Elasa was a Sith and likely a spy as well. Is there anything else you want to ask the accused? How could Elasa have gotten hold of your medal?
I don't know. The medal had gone missing some time ago. I never found out what happened to it. It's possible the Sith had stolen it and had it planted on the body.
Supposition?
True, but it does have merit and deserves consideration. Is there anything else you want to ask the accused? You were going there to end an affair. Would the Sith object?
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
Be silent, prosecutor. This is a valuable point that lends some credence to your defense, Arbiter. Is there anything else you want to ask? I have no additional questions. We use this opportunity to poll judges. Yes. Do not have information. Unsure. Weighted against Sunry. Do not believe Sunry did it. Witnesses have all been called forward and questioned by both prosecution and defense. Prosecution will now present in closing its summary of the pertinent facts of the case.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elasa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion.
Indeed, and your closing statements, Arbiter? No one actually witnessed the murder. Truth?
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. He was there, running from the room.
If you speak out of turn again, you will be forcibly ejected from the court. The Arbiter speaks a valid fact. Is there any other point you would like to make? Sunry was ending the affair, so the Sith killed
The
her.
Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand.
Your time for arguments has passed, and you would do well to remember that. The Arbiter's argument does bring up a valid point. Is there anything else you would state? No, I'm not going to say obviously evil. Elasa was a spy, and the Sith are framing Sunry. I find that highly unlikely, Arbiter. The Sith have no need of such deception. The facts speak clear. But the Sith have been known for violence, deception, and murder before. That's also true. Is there another point you would make? My arguments are complete. And the court will now deliberate amongst ourselves. The court hereby finds Sunry innocent of the murder of the Sith Elasa.
Your Honors, no!
Silence! The verdict has been delivered, and this trial is now over.
Oh, Sunry, I'm so glad.
Elora, thank you for saving me. I don't know how I can repay you. Elora and I are going to leave here and get as far away from all this as soon as we can. I and the Republic will not forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
Ta-da! Sunry murder trial. You have managed to convince the Selkath court that Sunry is innocent of his crime. Sunry and Elora have both thanked you profusely. They say they'll be heading off-world as soon as possible to get somewhere more peaceful. All right. Well, let's head to the Republic Embassy and give the droid thing that we found, and then we'll see how that goes. Nestla, where are you?
What?
Come on. Everybody stick together. Now, I will say, as we... there we go. Republic Encore. As we get to going to find the star map, we may not actually do the star map yet. The planet path I've been going on, I do believe we will be able to have access to the star map, but we're going to go check out the last planet and do some stuff there before we come back and get the star map. So here we go.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Yes, here it is.
Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of KOTOR, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get.
What has the Republic done?
The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes KOTOR exports. But a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway. So we made a deal.
Uh-oh. What sort of deal?
We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest KOTOR directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed, since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since.
Ooh. What happened down there?
We don't know. We just don't know. As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Narrated Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. None returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Narrated Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain.
What will you do for me?
I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our KOTOR packing room and enter the sub therein. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest, and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
All right. Star map Manan. The Republic has constructed a secret facility at the bottom of the Narrated Rift with the purpose of secretly harvesting and synthesizing KOTOR. Roland Wan has offered the use of a Republic submersible to travel down to the ocean floor so that you may investigate. He mentioned that the Republic has run across some sort of old ruin near the rift itself. Mission for the Republic. Roland Wan, the representative of the Republic on Manan, has told you that the Republic has made, giving you, okay, it's just a repeat of that. All right, so we're going to go open the door. Walk around the room. There's our sub. Looks a lot like the that sub from Phantom Menace, episode 1, that they took to go through the planet core, stuff like that. All right, but we are going to not go into the sub right now. We'll save that for after we do a little bit of work on the 4th planet. So that's where we're gonna head now. I think I can just return. Ta-da! Onto the ship. All right, let's talk to some people.
Hey there. Maybe if we get these tack glands for him, things will...
Nothing new there. Probably should go do that. Canderous have anything for us?
Yeah, what do you... We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
If Revan had not stopped you, somebody else would have. No, we're gonna say you couldn't have won against the whole galaxy.
But it was close. So close. It looked like the entire galaxy was within our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
But you eventually lost.
Yeah, we lost. But there is no shame in it. We lost to the greatest single warrior the Republic has ever known. It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Why didn't you retreat?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
We have another Canderous journal entry. Canderous described the end of the Mandalorian Wars to you. He seemed to admire Revan greatly. Maybe you can ask him about this later. All right. Let's see if Jolie has anything more to say.
Got something on.
What do you think of Sunry's verdict?
Innocent. I don't know what to make of it, to tell the truth. Do you think justice has been done?
Yes.
I see. I am not so sure. If he did kill that woman, Sunry's going to have to live with that on his conscience. And if he's justified her death in his mind, well, Sunry was a good man once. I only hope that is still the case. I enjoyed his company. I don't want to...
Okay.
How may I be a...
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Please do.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Your people were in that region?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
The Mandalorians fought dirty.
They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
And why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
What about your family?
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Taris is not a nice place to raise a child.
No, it is not. But they had little choice. Each of us dealt with it in our own way. My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
Oh. How did he die?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
Okie dokie. Juhani has told of how she lived with her parents on Taris and how her father was killed one day in a bar fight. This is a very sensitive issue for her. She might tell you more in the future. All right, well, we will not bug her anymore now. To the cockpit. Let's see what Karth has to say.
Yes, what's on your...
Nope, nothing.
Yes, what's on your...
Ah!
You got it.
Okay, Master, anything? I'd like to talk about what you said before about giving into your emotions.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I am no master. You should have remained with the Council.
Oh. Why do you say that?
The fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly.
Oh, so what now?
I don't know. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough.
You are being way too hard on yourself.
That's a kinder response than I deserve. And I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before. And you're nothing like what I expected you to be after the Council sent us on this mission together.
We're made for each other, Bastila. You have to see that.
I need time to think about all this. They're not going as I thought they would. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Okay. Bastila's doubts about her own abilities continue to grow. She is actually afraid she may now be a detriment to your development as a Jedi. Interesting.